What's going on, guys? Snag here, and it's time to wrap up round 20 of the 2024 NRL season, guys. And I know why the TV ratings and the crowd ratings and everything are going up in the NRL at the moment, because damn, we had some footy this week, and it's been the best year of league I've ever seen, man. Seriously, it's been so awesome, man. Absolutely cracker. Usually, I reckon, not last year, but from the year before and back, you get 2 good games a weekend tops, like tops. Now we're getting 4 or 5 minimum. It's so good, man. Absolutely cannot wait, guys. Now, let me know how you went on the weekend, guys. How many tips you hit and how many punts you hit. We slaughtered it on the punt. Like I said, guys, if you are new, I'll just explain it to you a little bit. Pretty much what we've done was shifted our betting style to just doing double ups. Try scorers become so patchy. Head-to-heads are so hard this year because there are so many upsets, guys. So just been doing the double ups. Last week, 4 from 5. This weekend, 6 from 7. Way up, guys. So, yeah, I'll go through them real quickly. How much we won on the punt over the weekend. So, what I do, I put a larger amount down now. So usually if you're doing something hectic, it's paying 46 to 1, you put $10 on it. But with the double ups, I've been putting 1,000 down. Obviously you don't have to if you do want to put a punt down. But essentially what I did, so $1,000 down on each one, so 7K down. Won a total of $11,310 minus 7,000 for what we put down. 4,300 total. I put all the punts we won on up over the weekend, but yeah, pretty damn good. We had the one we missed was way off. That was the Roosters Storm game, but all the others, well, there was 2 or 3 quite easy ones, and then there was a few nail biters in there too. It was funny, a few of the boys in the group chats. You got to jump on Dabble if you're not already, guys. It's real fun, man. Like, we have all these, when I put a punt down, if you're not on Dabble already, we all comment underneath it and we ride the game out together and stuff like that. So it's actually really fun, man. Like, riding every conversion, every try, every disallowed try. It's pretty fun, man. I love the chat feature, man. It's like punting with your boys, It's I don't know who anyone in there is, but we're having a mad time on the punt. So if you do want to follow me on there, guys, it is MonsterSnag. Or if you do want to join, use code SNAG when you join, or use the link in the description of this video, guys. And that will automatically follow me when you do join, guys. It's a good little feature, man. I love that. And the reason why I've been using Dabble too is that it's just for example, I had a few people going, man, I put that same, like, I'd put it down, it's paying $2.10 or something, or $2.15, and then someone else was like, oh man, I did it on Sportsbet and it was $1.60, and like that's not worth it, So you got to double your money. I guess the sort of goal is with the double ups, guys, if you are sort of thing. Essentially, what you're trying to do is find something that's paying $2, which is essentially a coin flip odds, But you're trying to find something that you think is a more, like, a better chance to hit than not. It doesn't have to necessarily be a lock, but you have to at least 60-70% chance, and then the odds are in your favour that way. So that's the theory behind it, essentially, guys. I'm just trying to find stuff that I think's better than a 50-50 chance of hitting, 60, 70, 80% if we can. And we hit more. If we hit 70-80% of them, we're up for the year. So it's gone really good, guys. So yeah, we'll keep smashing it towards the end of the year, and we'll hopefully build up a bit of a bankroll, have a bit of fun. But yeah, so what it's at, 11 from 13 since we've been doing them. So we're way up. So about 7K over the 2 weeks. So awesome. All right, guys, let's get into the games. First, we had the Raiders versus the Wars. Raiders getting up in that one just. Rabbitohs versus the West Tigers, 42-28. Even though it was a bit of a blowout, it was actually a pretty entertaining game. I mean, it was not too bad. Broncos get it done against the Knights. Storm defeat the Roosters, 24-8. Did that end up being 24 points? Was there a late try in that one or something? Must have been. Cleary comes back and just goats it up. Defeating the Dolphins 28-26. Wow. Seagulls handle the Titans pretty comfortably, 38-18. Cowboys get it done against the Bulldogs in another absolute cracker, 2018. Did I say 38-8 and then, yeah, 2018. St. George, Parramatta and Sharkies all with the bye. So we'll have a quick look at the ladder, guys. So Storm out on top, 2 games ahead. Just about locked up the top 4 already. Something have to go catastrophically wrong for them to not make the top 4. Panthers stay in second. Sharkies up to 3rd. Roosters down to 4th. Seagulls up to 5th. boom, shot up that ladder really quickly. Shows what a few wins can do. Doggies dropped down to 6th. Dolphins, Cowboys, Dragons, all on 24 points there, guys. That is so bottlenecked. That is absolutely so bottlenecked. And then we have Raiders down here in 22 points. Broncos move up to 11th. So, yeah, we'll talk about them in a minute. Rabbitohs up to 12th, and then everyone else down. Everyone else down. Prices are down. Now, we'll just have a quick look, guys. I just wanted to show you this as well. How many points you're going to need to make the finals next year. So let's have a look at next year. So as you can see here, guys, we'll include Broncos too. Broncos to the Dogs in 6th position are on 20 to 24 points, so within 2 points. So let's have a look at last year's ladder, how many points you needed to actually play finals, because last year's the first year we've had the 17th team, so this is the only year we sort of have to go off. So we got Raiders snuck in at 8th with 32 points and 13 wins. Roosters as well, they snuck in as well, guys. So as we saw, like Parramatta and the Bunnies last year, like had, patchy years, but had good patches as well and missed out with 12 wins. So you're going to need 13 wins to possibly get in. So a lot of these teams sort of sitting 9 wins. So just for example, Doggies, if they're going to play finals, they're probably going to need 4 more wins from their final 5 games. So even though it looks nightly, you're sitting there nice, you can fall out really, really quickly. So still plenty of wins from, well, I guess Seagulls down to the Broncos to make the 8. Yeah, no one's safe in here. No one's safe. You could 2 bad weeks in a row. You're Gonskis. You're Gonskis. No room for error. But wow, she's tight. All right, Raiders versus the Warriors. Now let's just get the elephant out of the room. Seeing T, Chanel Tavita Harris. So Pompey goes down. Chanel takes over the goal kicking, and it was awful. Warriors scored more tries, and it was pretty bad, man. Like, it was bad. Now, look, I've sort of a lot of people jumping to his support and saying it's not his fault, blah, 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 shouldn't blame him. But I'm with you. Like, no one should ever personally attack someone over a game. It's not on, but he should have kicked those, man. Like, I was just at my son's game today. 7 tries scored total, under 14s, but so all the boys are 13s. Tries are scored out wide, tries are scored on the tram lines. Yeah, 1 conversion got missed. Just to put that in perspective. Like, goal kicking's one of those weird things. It's one of the few things that's actually a little bit easier than it looks. Like, most things NRL players do is actually so much harder than it looks. Oh, I could do that. Nah, bro, no, you couldn't. Like, just running on the wing and catching a pass in full flight is so much harder than it looks. Like, you see someone drop that and you're, oh man, should have taken that. And bro, you try. But I tell you, goal kicking is one of those things that is sidelines, different thing, but it's a different beast. They are hard, genuinely hard, even if you're a gun goal kicker. But as soon as you come 10 metres in, they're not that hard, especially if you're a pro. So he really should have made those. So I feel sorry for the lad. He's probably sitting there feeling like he's cost the Warriors their season. He hasn't. Warriors season got derailed a long time before this one. So, yeah. But I think a lot of people are supporting him, which is good, though, because that was pretty nasty. Now, this game, man, I was really impressed with the Raiders straight away. Like, as we'll talk about Reynolds and Cleary coming back into the teams as well. Fogarty is just as important to that Raiders team as those guys are to their teams. Like, Fogarty, you just saw straight away. Like, you just saw straight away everything just sort of falls into place when you have not someone pretending to be, a genuine number 7. Huddy Young looked the best he'd looked since Fogarty went down. 2 tries straight off the bat. Tomoko got more ball in better positions, just straight. Like, it just looked better from Canberra immediately. I fell away a little bit towards the end there, obviously, but I think that was more Warriors being good than Canberra being bad. But just Fogarty's kicking game, I think he had 2 errors. I think he put one out on the full. I think he just dropped the ball cold. But like, first game back, I think he was way better than he was bad. You can sort of live with that. But yeah, Canberra have a tough run home, so it's going to be really hard for them to make the 8. But they look substantially better. Like I said, that so far from a perfect 80-minute performance, it's not funny. But that first half an hour was just, like, if they can play like that for 80 minutes for the rest of their games, they're a really good shot. Like they'll probably cause a couple of upsets. Like I said, what do they need to win? 4 to 5 games to make the finals. There's 6 games left, so it's tough. A few things go their way though, you never know. But so much better, and I just want to give the bro a shout out too. Mitch Barnett is the GOAT, bro. He is so good. Like, he scoops the ball out of dummy half and drops a kick in behind the line. Like that try scored at the end, just demanding the ball, just going, get out of my way. To do that after the Origin game he just played, and this is the thing too, he didn't back up on Sunday. He backed up on Friday. So think about that for a second. They've played Wednesday night, got on the beers hard. They went out. He's coming on Thursday, recovered. The next morning, he's waking up, getting ready for a game. GOAT. Most improved player this year. Just shot himself straight into the top echelon of forwards, let alone front rows, whatever you want to call him. Plays on an edge too, obviously. Just absolute monster. Absolute monster. Look, Warriors have a pretty heavy casualty ward. Like, a lot of people are sort of riding them a little bit. Last year was for, look, if you just look at the patches, right? So just look through the teams. You can sort of see how many teams have out. Like obviously Bunnies have a lot out, but like they've got a pretty big patch of players out. Like they've pretty much got 2 full rows of players out. You know, there's a lot out here. And 2 weeks in a row, unfortunately, the Warriors, they lost 2 outside backs. 2 of their backs. So they lost 3 the week before. But mid-game, in the first half, it's like you lose an outside back with 15 minutes to go, who cares? But losing 2 outside backs in the first half, I think they lost all 3 in the first half the week before. I might be wrong. So I reckon. Let's go to Vegas, baby. I'm going to cut them some slack. I actually think they're still... It's just a little bit like Parramatta last year. Like a lot of people just said, "Oh, Parramatta sucked this year." Last year, they were a bit hard done by. They had a lot of horrible stuff go wrong. The bye was against the draw was against them. They had the most 5-day turnarounds. They had the most the most short turnarounds. They had no help with the buys over State of Origin. They had a lot of top 8 teams had to play. They had a lot of players. It just happens sometimes. You just get a bit of a rough patch, and that's what I really think happened with the Warriors, man. It's just the way it is. So I'm not going to be too hard on the Warriors. I still think they're a pretty damn good footy team, and you know, someone said last week, they'll get Fisher Harris isn't going to do anything next year. I actually think Fisher Harris helps their team, is a better fit for their team than AFB. I think he'll definitely help. First of all, I think he's a better player than AFB, but even if you think they're close, and he won't add much. Remember, Webster's a former Penrith coach, and they did play that way a lot last year. That smaller, like, because Barnett's not the biggest front rower either. It's that speed, it's that mobility, it's that all that stuff. I think he will actually help them. Not saying they'll lose a bit of AFB stuff, the post contacts, the late offload, all that sort of stuff, but they'll gain. And I actually think he's a better fit for them anyway. So we'll have a quick look at the breakdown here, guys. Both teams completed really highly, 80 and 84. Warriors won the yardage there. Post contact, pretty even, but Raiders, man, Tarpany, man. Talking about an unsung hero. He's just so good, man. How many good front row does the Kiwis have? Like Tarpany, Nelson, Moses, Leota, Fisher Harris. Jesus Christ. Spencer Samoan. Both bang on 41 metres. Play the ball speed was quick for both teams, but in particular the Raiders. 6 offloads apiece. Tackle efficiency, great from the Raiders. 92%, only 20 missed tackles, that's great. 35 for the Wars. Just a few too many errors. Oh, well, I guess it's not 10 to 12. What would those errors been? There couldn't have been many handling errors because the completion rate's so high. But anyway, 4 penalties, 5. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at some player stats here, lads. Who was good for the Raiders? Raiders fans, get excited. You're heading to Vegas. Oh, so are the Warriors. Are they playing each other? I can't remember if they're playing each other or not. Yeah, Rapana was good. But yeah, it was just... I thought Ethan Strange probably played some of his best footy since Fogarty was back too, because it just frees him up. He doesn't have to worry about ball playing or anything like that. He can just run. It just... Everything falls into place when you have a genuine number 7. I heard Sticky saying he wasn't too happy with a few of his forwards. I don't know who they were, but I thought Mooney was a bit disappointed. Danny Levi didn't get a run. Smithy's sort of... I was expecting... He's pretty good, but I was expecting him to sort of... I was really impressed with his first game. I was like, this guy, when he gets used to NRL, is going to go to a new level. And he hasn't quite hit that yet for me, but he still looks pretty damn solid. What do we got from the Wars? DWZ1, he was solid, but nothing crazy. Adam Fanua-Blake, 200 metres, 83 post contact, 1 line break, 4 tackle breaks. AFB was pretty damn nice. I thought Nakora was good. He gave a couple dumb penalties away. I actually thought Capewell had one of his better games. And Jackson Ford's just got to sort out his hands. Just really got to sort out his hands. He's just... He will make an error every game. You're sort of hoping he doesn't make 2 or 3. That's how sort of bad his hands are getting. Yeah, not great. Adam Fanua-Blake, 16 hit-ups. But yeah, shout out to the Raiders, man. Good win. Rabbitohs Tigers. I can't remember what our pump was for this one, but... bit of a weird, sloppy, crazy game. Let's not spend much time on this game, because neither team decided to play defence, but it was pretty entertaining, hey? And just quietly, Damien Cook, the goal-kicking centre, he was enormous. I could not believe how many one-on-one tackles he made. And, like, when he tackled them, it was like they'd been hit by a gun. Like just hit by a sniper. Bang! They're on the ground in a second. I was like, he was incredible, man. Like, I was actually blown away. How good his defense was in the centres. I'm sure he missed a few tackles, but I just mean his actual contact was absolutely amazing. I was so blown away, and shout out to him. As far as everyone else goes, I mean, Gray looked dangerous every time he got the ball. Shout out to Alex Johnson. He's getting closer and closer to that. Jack White and Cody were great. I think the forwards just held their own, but yeah, like, neither team really played defense. I can't remember what it was, but I remember we were close to losing this bet, and then I was like, don't worry guys, West Tigers will have their mandatory sin bin, and they got one. Most sin bin team. Bunnies completed so high in this game, it was ridiculous. It was they made a few errors towards the end of the game, but their completion rate was like at like 98% for like most of this game. It was absolutely insane. 1800 to 1700 post contact, won comfortably there by the Bunnies. 6 line breaks to 7. Tackle breaks 45 to 36. Play the ball speed from the Bunnies was crazy. So was the Wests. Wow, 325 is pretty quick. It's a quick game. Tackle efficiency, so 36 missed tackles to 45. Errors 12 to 15. Jesus. 2 penalties to 7, 3 runs. But yeah, West Tigers just... You can't be not a good team and give a lot of penalties, eh? And make a lot of errors. They do a lot right. Like, I love a lot of these players, man. Like, I'm telling you, some of these players would absolutely thrive into stronger systems. But it's just, you know, like, Jesus, they must have these Finu brothers, Jesus Christ. They are absolutely crazy. It's good to see Jordan Miller have a run too, and Liam LeBlanc. What a name. It was good to see Havili doing his thing as well. I'll have a look at some of these stats. Could be wild. Who's that? Oh yeah, Tane Mills, 3. Imagine if you just randomly had him in your super coach. 2 line break assists, 3 try assists, 156 metres, 48 post contact. He was crazy good. Jack White, and so solid. There's a couple tackles as well, same thing. Just looks like the guy who was tackling had been shot. He was just on the ground in a second, you know, like 1 line break assist, 1 try assist. Damien Cook absolutely killed it. Imagine having him in your super coach. 156 metres, 26 post contact, 1 line break assist, 2 try assists, 7 tackle breaks, and how many goals? 6 conversions. That's crazy. That's crazy. If Nathan Cleary did that, we'll be going, man, he's the man. He's the man. But yeah, it was weird. It was sort of an entertaining game, but you wouldn't want those every week. But it was just sort of crazy. I was sort of sitting there going, damn, I wish I picked some try scorers in this one. It was spewing because we've been doing the double ups. I've been sort of, I still obviously look who I would tip as try scorers and stuff. And yeah, I reckon I would have hit a lot this weekend, just quietly. It was good. So I thought Charlie Staines has really stepped his game. He looks like he's playing for a contract. He's taken a lot of really hard, tough carries. I thought this De Silva guy looked pretty nice too. A lot of good young talent coming through. They need to get this 18th team in, man. There's a lot of players in playing New South Wales and Queensland Cup that should be playing NRL every weekend. I tell you what, there really is. All right, let's move on to the next game. Knights vs Tigers. Knights vs Broncos. I haven't written anything down for this one. But yeah, so Bradman Best went down early. I do think that helped Broncos out a lot. But like I just spoke about with Canberra, just having that number 7 back, Reece Walsh was just throwing everything and made. I think he had made 6 errors in the end, which is crazy. Like sometimes a team only makes 6 errors. Reece Walsh made 6, maybe it was 5. It was a lot. He made about 4 in the first half. But you just saw how much freedom it gave him to just swing around. And same as Ezra Mann. Ezra Mann looked his most dangerous. I didn't put them down, but when everyone was like, who would you pick as try scorers? I was like, Ezra Mann and Reece Walsh. Like, they're going to be completely freed up now from managing the game and doing any sort of, like, any sort of game planning. And, they can just worry about running, playmaking, and doing their thing. And, yeah, they both... when did they both score in the first half? Reece Walsh... Ezra Mann was in the second half. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, Broncos are a good team to watch, man. Like, last year, like, they were one of the most entertaining teams I've ever seen to watch because they were just big, hard, strong, didn't mind throwing the ball around because their defense was they were so big, fit and strong that they could defend back-to-back sets. And then after they did defend those back-to-back sets, they'll spin it straight away. They didn't care. They're like, we'll make another error. If we don't make another error, we'll just defend again. And, I think they completed on the full year at about 73%, which would have been probably the lowest in the top 8. I'm probably not lower than that, but it would have been one of the lower completion rates. But it was brilliant to watch. But I think Reece needed to just pull the handbrake on a few of them. I can't remember, were they up or down at this point? Yeah, they were up. I think they were up. It would have been around this time. They were up 2 tries. It's just like... Now, you don't do what the Warriors do when they were getting up and could just stop playing footy. But, like, bro, do you need to throw every cutout ball, bro? Like, chill. Like, you're up 12, man. Like, it was nuts, bro. Like, he was just going skits. But, yeah, it was pretty damn wild. It was... Yeah, it was an awesome game. I thought Reece was good. I thought Corey Oates was solid and strong. Tony Staggs looks like he's really gone to a new level. He looked great. Renault's game back, he was just like really good. It wasn't perfect, but it was really, really good. Didn't look like he was running super freely, and he didn't look super... He never really does, though. He always looks like he's carrying a little bit of a limp or a bump or whatever. Ezra Mann, best game he's played in a long time. Jensen, Payne, Piakura, Ricky, Carrigan all looked great too. Billy Walters as well actually looked quite sharp out of dummy half. I would have liked to see Xavier Wilson get a little bit more time. I do think, we'll have a look, but I do think Kevy played Paddy and Payne a little too long. 59 minutes is... Paddy got a... That's low for Paddy. 54 minutes. 59 for Payne. That's all right too, I guess. But it felt like they were out there a really long time. And they were up quite comfortably. So... Yeah, there was a last try there at the 74th. But they were up, what that would have been 8 to 30 with at the 63rd minute. Probably could have yanked a couple of them off, but whatever. Like, it's just... There's there's a lot of Ks in these legs, in these legs at the moment, you know, so I'd be managing them as best I can. Xavier and Tapau, like, obviously if the game's on the line, you don't want them on, but like these guys will hold down the fort against most front rowers, you know, so, or Corey Jensen as well. But yeah, so we'll have a quick look at the teams. So yeah, they did 75%. It's actually not horrendous, but yeah, it'll do, you know, it'll do. Both teams ran for 1,700. Post contact about the same. Just line breaks 2 to 11. Tackle breaks 47 to 59. Tackle breaks for the Broncos. Wow. Average set distance. Knights actually got them there, which is pretty crazy. Average play the ball speed about same. Knights offloading like crazy. 18 to 5. I'd like to see the Broncos offload a little more. They seem to more, rather than do the offload game, is get a quick play the ball and spin it. Missed tackles for both teams pretty damn bad. 43 and 59. That's up there, eh? That's goddamn up there. Ineffective tackles for the Broncos too. That's really high. That's really, really high. Huh. Jesus. 13 errors to 14. Penalties conceded 6 to 7. We'll have a look at some of these stats quickly. Most run meters. Ezra Mann. Yeah, a couple of line breaks, didn't he? Yeah, I would have loved to see Xavier Wilson get some more minutes in the old legs. Ezra Mann, 209 metres. Well, Corey Oates was named at fullback? No way. Jordan Ricky actually pretty good back. Piakura, I always said Piakura sort of looks his best with Reynolds in the team. I don't think the other two halves knew how to use him. Who else was good? Corey Jensen, 162 metres, 64 post contact. That's great. Ezra Mann, what a game. 209 metres, 1 line break assist, 1 try assist, 5 tackle breaks. Dean Mariner, 11 tackle breaks. Wow, that's incredible. Paddy Carrigan did his job. It seemed like he did more. It's normally Paddy Carrigan, you're like, oh yeah, you know, solid game, and then you look at his stats, like, damn, that was insane. This was a little bit the other way around. I felt like he was everywhere doing everything. He only had 90 metres. 43 of them were post contact though. Gee, that's crazy. Yeah, nuts. All right, so look, the Broncos for me, are they back? Nah. Was it a massive step in the right direction? Hell yeah. If you're a Broncos fan, you should be pretty damn happy because Reynolds, everything will click a bit better. Let's have a little look-see at their run home. It's a huge step in the right direction. They need everyone to stay healthy, obviously, and they need a little luck of the draw, a little luck of the bounce. Let's check the luck of the draw. Bulldogs next week. Pretty good game for them. The Bulldogs just played today. So Bulldogs are going to have a short turnaround. Bulldogs aren't great away from home. They've only won 1 game away from home. Yeah, so that's probably a pretty good time to get them. $1.48. And Bulldog, it's good too because Bulldogs are a good team, but they're not like top. And you don't want to play a team with nothing to lose either. So yeah, that's a good game for the Broncos. Then they have the Titans, very winnable. Then they have the Cowboys. That's going to be tough in Townsville. Then they have a bye. Then Parrot home. Then Broncos at home. So the last 2 weeks are in Brisbane, which is good. So yeah, it's looking nice for the Broncos. They can. It looked like to me they could at least win 2 of these last 3 games. Then they get a bye, and then it sort of sets them up for this nice run home. So. You never know, they might get lucky too. If Melbourne are 2 or 3 games ahead at the top, they might rest players. They might get a second string Melbourne Storm team to play as well. So this could play into their favour. So Broncos, you know, like they're sitting there, they're there or thereabouts, you know. So big step in the right direction, but still, are they close to the team of last year? No. Roosters Storm. Now I didn't write anything down for this one either. I just wanted to talk about it. I was expecting Oh, Suafalongo, that's right. I was saying, I swear this game was closer. That Suafalongo try. I was saying that, man. If you had, I saw a lot of bros had Suafalongo as a try scorer, and he sat on the bench till the 77th minute, and you're sitting there going, man, you'd be spewing if you had him as a try scorer. He comes on in the first minute. He charged down a kick? Or whatever he did. Whatever happened, and then he scoops the ball up, scores a try. You're just like, dude just can find the try line. He's a freak. Again, and doesn't have a regular first grade spot. Absolutely insane. Now, this is the one punt we missed. I actually had overs on points, and I think I had Roosters for 6 points or more in the first half. It was a terrible one, but both teams had been scoring so much, and I just thought that they would both score so much. I was expecting this score to be either team win, but I had the Roosters, but like 28-22, you know, something like that. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect that really. I know I should have, because their last 2 or 3 games they played, that's what it was. But both teams have been sort of, you call them a shootout team, where it's like, we're going to score as much as we can, try and keep up, and you usually can't because they've got so much strike across the board. Roosters, and like, this is what people have been saying, like Storm. Like, everyone's been saying, well, they can't win the comp. You know, they're leaking points too much. They're leaking point. They leaked 28 points against the Tigers. They can't win the comp. But they can obviously play defense when they want to, because Roosters have been averaging about 32 a game, and they just kept the Roosters at 8. So, like, they can play defense if they want. I think Melbourne are genuinely, like, to me, they've officially become a threat to Penrith. I haven't seen Melbourne, like, since they beat Penrith in 2019? Was it 20? Whatever. I haven't seen them as a threat to Penrith. I just didn't think they had the team to do it. I didn't think they had the forwards. I didn't love their style of play. I didn't think they had it. I really didn't. But there's just been a few guys that have sort of emerged a little bit that I really like. Like, Paps looks damn close. Like, I don't know if they get Coates back. They might need him. But I'll tell you what I think it is, and I said this in my pre-game. These two here, like, to me, like, I'm just being straight up, and I hate dissing players, but to me, Warbrick, Howarth, Meaney, and Grant Anderson are massive. Like, they wouldn't, like, if you're talking about outside force, I reckon they'd be in the bottom 4 of those. Like, seriously, I'm not being disrespectful. Pardon me. But they're just good footy players. But they have so much time and space because their middles are doing really good and doing their job, and these guys are running such hard, tight lines, it just frees up everyone on the edge. Qatar and Blore just steam onto it, and the defensive line has to compress, and it's just creating space on the edges. Like who was it? Who had that killer game? It was hard. Was it Grant Anderson on the wing? Yeah, Grant Anderson was incredible. Like, these guys are just killing it. Like, they just looked great. Like I think you put these guys in a lot of other teams and they don't do very well at all. You know, it's just... And you look at Parramatta too, right? So, I keep bringing up Parramatta. Parramatta 2022 made the grand final, right? Their outside backs weren't great, Sevo good, but, you know, like, Will Penasini was pretty much a rookie then. I think he might have even been a rookie. And, you know, but not great out there, but they had Papali in Sean Lane in career form, just steam, and it just made everything else outside them free. And their forwards were pumping through the middle, and their second row in the tram lines were just killing it. It just freed everything up on the edges. And then those guys were just getting walkover tries. So it's really working. It's great. And Trent Liero, like, I didn't think much of him at the start of the year, and he's just really gone to a new level. And I think Tui's playing great footy. Max King. I mean, they did this without Nelson, Munster, Welsh, someone else. Pretty good, bro. Tyron Wishart too. I'm telling you what. Just talking about Penrith, I think Penrith need to make a play on this dude. He is the perfect replacement for Luai. I don't know what Wishart's on, but I dare say it's a minimum contract. If I'm the Panthers, I mean, they just let go of May. You know, they've got some... They had money set aside for Luai, and they Who was the other one though? May. And Fisher Harris is on 900. I'd be looking at Wishart, man. Like, hard running, defensively sound, like ball playing 6. I don't think Penrith will lose a game. Like, I think he suits them better than Luai. I love Luai, but I think he suits them better. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's signed to the end of next year. If I was Penrith, I'd throw some coin at him, because when Munster comes back, he's not going to play. You know, he'll when he used to get put on the bench, he sometimes wouldn't get game time. You know, he literally wouldn't get played. So yeah, I'd be if I was Penrith, I'd be throwing. You wouldn't have to throw a huge amount at him, and he'd probably want to come, because at least he's going to a good winning team. He'd come over. They could probably offer, like, say he's on a minimum, say he's on 150 or 180 or even 200 at the Storm. It's like, want to come to Penrith and play outside Cleary for 400 instead of playing in Melbourne off the bench for 200? Yes. Like, it's not a hard decision. Look, Roosters bit off. I thought just starting. How good was the start, though? Cheese going a tui, nearly knocking himself out. This game was actually awesome. Like, this was such a tough, gritty, grimy, like, crazy game. Like, it was awesome, man. It was 2 heavyweights going at it. Cheese taking it so personal. You know, I thought Melbourne did a really good job of shutting down Angus. I don't like this starting Connor Watson. Connor Watson, to me, unfortunately for him, but it's just what happens when you're good at a lot of positions. I think he needs to be on the bench. I think he is an impact player. And it just didn't really, like, to me, that Lindsay Collins has to start for me. I get he just played Origin in the middle there, so you probably couldn't this time. So I feel like the Roosters are a little bit cooked by Origin. You know, they had to reshuffle a few things. It didn't quite work for them. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It was weird. This is a real barometer game for me, and it was definitely made me respect and like Melbourne more. But it didn't really take too much away from Roosters for me. A lot of people saying, yeah, see, they're frauds. See, they play a good team. Nah, man, like that. They had a few things not go their way, but we'll have a look at their player stats. I just want to check how many missed tackles, because a lot of people said that Walker and Keary can't defend good second rowers. So let's have a look. We're going to go to Melbourne. Oh, no, we don't. We're going to go to Roosters. Let's check these missed tackles, because I hadn't really noticed that. Tackles made, tackles missed. Right, Keary, 2 missed tackles, 90%, that's fine. Sam Walker, 2 as well. How does that work? Oh, 3 in effect. I don't know how they work this percentage in, because they've both missed 2 tackles. What is an ineffective tackle? I don't know. I really need to find out how they categorise that. Maybe it means if you get bumped off and you regrip or something, or maybe you get steamrolled and you sort of stop them, but they get out of your tackle and then someone else sort of jumps on them when they're on the ground. Maybe. I'm not too sure how that stat works. If anyone does know, drop it in the comments. That'd be awesome, guys, because it's obviously affected Keary's tackle percentage, but because. Yeah. But yeah, okay. It's a bit odd. But yeah, look, it was Storm looked legit, man. I'm telling you, they're legit. First time in a long time, I'm like, even though they've always been up and around there, I never, the last 3 years, to me, there was no chance of Melbourne winning the comp. I reckon they're a genuine chance now. Problem for them is Penrith has really been their daddies since they beat them in the grand final. That first premiership. So alright, so Melbourne ran for 1800, really got them there, got him in the post contact too. 8 line breaks to 3, 32 tackle breaks to 31, play the ball speeds identical. Roosters offloading like crazy. Angus Crichton had about 8 himself. He just sort of nothing offloads though, but still. All right, 31 missed tackles to 32. So relatively even. Like, this scoreline probably didn't quite reflect how close it was. I actually didn't think Roosters were out of this until... Well, I guess that try really, but I always thought the Roosters were sort of in this. Yeah, I never really was like, oh, they're gone. they're gone. They had 2 sin bins as well, Connor Watson and Victor. But yeah, good effort from the Roosters. Let's have a look at some of these. But yeah, they really need Joey Manu back. James Tedesco, 223 metres, 51 post contact, 4 tackle breaks. Dom Young got handled in this game. He got really handled. I think, I don't know, because he's so tall, if you do get under him, you can drive him back. But he's usually pretty damn good at winning contact. But yeah, solid. Melbourne really turned up like it was a final, and the Roosters didn't. Roosters sort of just played like it was a club game. Howleth, 210 metres, 77 post contact, 1 line break, 2 line break assists. Wow. Who's that? Sean Bloor. 3 line breaks? What the hell is going on, man? Yeah, that's really good performance from there. Really, really good performance. That's why they're on top of the ladder, guys. Absolutely killed it. Penrith, fins up. Nathan Cleary, bro. I'm telling you, he's going to be an immortal. He's going to be the GOAT. He's just crazy. Like, this was his first 10 minutes of the game. So in the first 10 minutes, he had 3 tackle busts, a line break assist, a try assist, a sideline field goal, saved a try and folded. Saved a try, like positionally played himself there. Ball got kicked through. And he swooped around, picked the ball up when the Dolphins were closing in, and folded Nichols and put him on the deck, and he was on the ground, hunched over, clutching his ribs. Like, he hasn't played in 10 weeks, man. And then he comes out and just slots a 45-metre field goal with pressure on him. He's incredible, man. I tell you what, like, yeah, we have to see. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't play good again for the rest of the year. But to me, he looks, just the way he moves, how big and strong. He missed a couple of tackles in this game, I believe. It was not a perfect performance, and we'll get to that. But he looks like, if he just tidies up those couple of things, which was a little bit of ring rust, in my opinion, he looks so much better than the second best number 7 in the game. It's not funny. He's incredible, man. He's absolutely incredible. He just looks bigger, fitter, stronger, faster. Just the few things he didn't do right, I think he missed. He got trucked once. Yeah, just planted his feet and sort of got run over by a second row. And the things he did wrong, he put a couple kicks up that probably landed 12 metres from the try line, where he would normally drop them on the try line. So I'd call that kick a 5 or 6 out of 10. Like, in your first game back, they're your negative points. You kicked the ball 5 metres too short a few times. It's not like you put the ball out on the floor. Like, Fogarty had a good first game. He had a bad error. He kicked the ball out on the full once, but he still had a brilliant... Like, to me, that was still a brilliant first game. Cleary's out here just dropping the ball a little shorter than he would have liked, and he's upset with himself. He's just on another planet. He's absolutely insane. Now, Penrith, I'm not taking too much notice of this game for Penrith. A lot of... Half their salary cap was out. Well, actually, Cleary's probably half their salary cap, but the other half was out. So not taking too much notice of that for Penrith. They'll probably more than likely go back to conceding about 12 points a game, scoring 24. Yeah, they look good, man. Like, it's, to me, a few things that were a little alarming. Their front row was pretty much how it's going to be. And it looked a little flimsier than normal, but it was still fine. Like, I wasn't overly bothered. And one thing, like, this was the apprentice, so Isaiah Katoa was obviously the next touted big thing coming out of Penrith in the halves. And, obviously coming up against Penrith, he was enormous, scored a try, but he did have an opportunity to slot a field goal to put them ahead. Decided not to take it, and goes into golden point, and Cleary slots it. So Cleary's still the master there. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's just, he's 20. He's a halfback. He'll go back and watch that and go, probably should have slotted that. But anyway, Dolphins for me look great. Where do they sit? And let's have a look at the Dolphins run home. Are the Dolphins going to play finals in 2024? I hope they do, man. Such a good story. All right, so actually, what's their for and against look like first? So 46, so good. So not too far off the doggies there. 20 points behind them, roughly. So for and against is healthy enough. You know, if you compare it to all the teams around them. We have... Man, Manly, that draw they had really helps them, doesn't it? So they have Titans, very winnable at home. They have Roosters, going to be tough. Going to be very tough. Then they have the Warriors at home. They have the Bulldogs in Canterbury. Is that at Salter Oval, Bundaberg? What the hell are they playing there? Oh, what are the Bulldogs doing? They're not good at away games, and they've taken one of their away games to bloody Bundaberg. There'll be way more Dolphins fans there than Bulldogs fans. Oh, anyway. Jeez, that's a... Bulldogs fumbled the bag there. And then they have the Storm, tough game. Then they have the Broncos, tough game. Then they have the Knights, which, you know, they should win, I guess you could sort of say. The Knights more than likely out of contention at that point. So it's a pretty hard run home. You know, you got the Roosters, you got the Broncos, and you got the Storm on your run home. So they're going to have to be very good. So how many wins did we say you needed? 13? They've got 9. And they've had their buys. So they're going to need to win 4 games. So let's just say they win the favourites one. So they're going to win that. Let's say they lose that one. I think they'd be favourites in this one. So there's 2. Let's say they win this one, just because it is 3. Let's say lose, win. They can make it, man. They can make it. It's going to be tight, but they can make it. They've got to win those games. They've got to win all the games that aren't Broncos and aren't Melbourne and aren't Roosters, though. They really do. We'll have a look how the game played out. This is a bit of an interesting game. Yeah, this is very un-Penrith. So they were pretty lucky. They got Penrith playing not Penrithy. Completed absolutely brilliantly themselves. But Penrith did go through them pretty hard. Ran for 2 kilometres. Got restricted to 1,800 themselves. Plenty of post contact. 7 line breaks apiece. 49 tackle breaks to 33. Average set distance the same. Ruck speed crazy. 10 offloads to 8. 33 missed tackles, 49, little high there. And then penalties, 5-8. 12 errors from Penrith. Yeah, if Penrith make 12 errors, you've got to beat them because they don't do that very often. Let's have a look at some of these. I thought Hammer was crazy in this game. I thought Laurie's been playing pretty damn good footy. Great backup. 260 metres, 62 post contact, 1 line break, 2 line break assists, 1 try assist, 9 tackle breaks. That's a Dylan Edwards impersonation if I saw one. Seriously. Sonny Taruva, 3 line breaks. Wow. 220 metres. I was at Tungo. Someone actually said to me, watch Isaac Tungo play good footy again now Cleary's back. Best he'd looked in a while. Wasn't incredible, but best he's looked in a while. Cleary, 148 metres, 23 post contact, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists, 5 tackle breaks. First game back, lad. And what was his conversion? How was his boot? 100%. It just cracks me up when people say he's not a good player. And I know people now are going to say, who says he's not a good player? Heaps of people, bro. It's crazy. It blows my mind. More people say he's elite, but still there's people out there that actually don't think Cleary's any good. I actually don't mind the look of this kid, eh? Where was he? Patea? He looks like a little clone of Moses Leota. He looked real nice. Let's have a look at the fins. God damn the Hammer. Man, I'll tell you what, I think Hammer might be a better fullback than Reece, eh? Seriously. The way he moves. He doesn't have all the tools that Walsh has. Like Walsh can literally play like a halfback. Dope kicking game, all that sort of stuff, but just the way he moves, his hip strength, his balance, it's electric, man. He's so good to watch, bro. Bostock, 212 metres, 45 post contact, 3 line breaks, 1 try assist. Enormous. Hammer. What do you get? 2 tries, 1 line break assist, 1 try assist, 8 tackle breaks. Wow. That is enormous. I thought Jesse Bromwich was great. Katoa was good until... It's not even bad. He just didn't kick a field goal. I mean, Jesus Christ. 1 line break assist, 1 try assist, 2 tackle breaks for Katoa. I thought Lemu was okay. He had a couple errors. But yeah, look, Panthers are going to be there. I don't see him not making the grand final, put it that way. Seagulls, Titans. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I skipped through this game, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. One sec. Yeah, I was at my son's footy this morning. Well, not this morning. So what actually happened, because it's so windy, the lights fell down on the thing, so they moved the game. They had to move the game till Sunday Arvo. So I missed the other game, and so I was watching it and sort of just skipping when there was tries, you know what I mean? Skipping and then skipping the half times, and whenever there was a break in play, I'd just fast forward a little bit and stuff. But this game, I peeked at the score and saw there was no real tries. Pretty much from the 12th to like the 30th minute, so I skipped that bit and then pretty much just watched it from second half. So yeah, like I'm not going to talk about it a whole heap just because I didn't get a feel for the game. And it's weird too, like when you know the score, and the reason why I did that too, I really wanted to watch the Bulldogs and Cowboys live, and if I watched it from start to finish, I would have been a bit behind. And I really wanted to watch that game live, so I'm like, I'm just going to skip some bits of the Seagulls game, but Manly, I said Manly, they're a dark horse for the top 4. They're that one, someone said, what's a team, not Melbourne or Penrith or the Roosters, that you think could actually have a shot? And to me, it's Manly. Like, I'm not saying they will, but that's just, they're the only team to me that looks it. Like, when they get everyone back, I mean, if we look at their casualty ward, Olakau'atu, Lodge, Kohler, Croker, I know Hopewadi's not, you know, but he's a good rotational player. But just look at these 4. Like, you inject these 4 back in, you've got, you know, one of the best devastating edge back rows in the game, a really good, solid, rotational front rower, I guess you'd call Lodgy now. Kohler, absolute speed to burn. And Croker's a gun, number 9. You drop those guys back in, you're looking tidy. Now, Kohler's out for a while. Lodgy, I heard he's a little ahead of schedule, and Homole's back round 23. So a few rounds to go. I heard Croker's close too, but they keep saying to be confirmed. But like, you drop these 3 guys back in around round 23 and they get 2 or 3 good games rolled into the finals and steamroll some teams, they could go good. Let's have a quick look how let's have a look at how the Manly Seagulls finished the season. So where are they sitting? So they're sitting 5th. They've still got a buy too. That helps a lot. If you've still got a buy in hand after round 20, that helps a lot. For 2 reasons. It's a guaranteed 2 points to push you into the finals. And 2, you just get a nice little freshen up. And you might be playing teams busted who just, you know, or with the 11-day stand down, you know, maybe you play Newcastle or whatever, and Kalen Ponga got a head knock the week before. You know, it's real handy to have that buy. Now, it's not super close to the finals, so it's soon, but they have Roosters this weekend. Roosters coming off a bye, that's going to be tough. But then they do have the bye. So let's say they do drop this one. Then they have Raiders. I'm not saying they will, but let's just say they do. They have a bye, so guaranteed 2 points. So you'd imagine at round 23, they'd probably still, with 1 win, 1 loss, just like a bye and a loss, they'd still be sitting 5th or 6th, I'd say, with 2 points. Whoops. And they have Warriors winnable, they have the Tigers winnable, they have the Bulldogs winnable, and then they have the Sharkies winnable. So, yeah, so Canberra winnable, yeah. A lot of winnable games here. So they've got Roosters, and then that's their last top 4 team. Well, no, not top 4, top 4 team. And then all these games are extremely winnable. They can beat the Raiders, they can beat the Warriors, they can beat the Tigers, they can beat the Bulldogs, and they can beat the Sharkies. So top 4 not out of the question. And they will get all their gun players back around here. Looking good. Looking good. Get excited if you're a Manly fan. Get excited. I mean, this game too, to finish the round off, it's going to be tight. Oops, where is it? Sharkies in third. If they do go on a really nice hot run, Sharkies are in, third or fourth. If they can knock the Sharkies and the Roosters off, they can really finish in the top four here. So playing the Sharkies final round, that could be for fourth spot. Really could. So yeah, Seagulls looking nice. Looking nice. They were my smoky for the top four too, actually. Everyone said I was on the glass pipe. I was like, no, what are you talking about? They've got a good team. They've got Tom Travoy. I always had the asterisk over it, though, if Turbo's fit. And he did go down for quite a while there, but it wasn't catastrophic while we're out. But, they've got, when Kohler's in there, they've got speed on the edges. They've got a decent goal kicker. They've got a really good halves combination. They've got a running 5'8" and a genuine number 7. Size, put Paseka back in. Or Paseka is back in. They've got size. They've got Gerbo. They got it all, man. They've got an impact. They've got it all. They've got it all. Let's have a look at these stats. We'll go through it real quick. So, yeah, 1,900 metres. Lost the post-contact, though. That's crazy. 9 line breaks to 7. 41 tackle breaks to 47. It was an odd game. Weird old game, this one. 10 offloads to 14. What else we got here? Missed tackles 47. Got to tidy that up. To 41. I think a lot of these were in the first half too. 12 errors to 9. So far from perfect, but you take them, man. You take them. Oh, I thought Garrick ruined our multi with his conversions too. Garrick's just like the multi-killer, eh? Tommy Talau, 299 metres, 55 post-contact. 2 line breaks, 1 try assist. Tom Travojevic, how many tries did he have? 2? 2 tries. 206 metres. 55 post-contact. 1 line break. 3 line break assists. 3 try assists. So good, man. He's so good. Oh, man, he's so good. It's actually ridiculous. I thought Carl Lawton did a good job in the second row, actually. And I'm really impressed with Bullymore too. Maybe they can get Paseka firing. Oh, Jesus Christ! I've got to stop saying Jesus Christ. 156 metres. How many minutes did Paseka play? I didn't feel like he was on that long. Played 30 minutes. I've always thought Paseka's one of the most underrated front rowers in the game. I've always said he's got the best second stint I've ever seen in front row. It's like he's a new player when he comes back on the field. He played 30 minutes, had 12 carries for 156 metres with 65 post-contact. See what I mean? They've been winning games without him. Manly are legit. They're looking legit. Cowboys, Doggies. I absolutely loved this game just because I didn't know who was going to win it until the siren rang. Literally. So, yeah, Lukey, best game I've seen him play, but he scored a try. Then Curran got one. Then Sherry got one. And it looked like Doggies with a better team. Cowboys started off looking better. Doggies looked better. And then Cowboys looked better. It was a bit annoying. The ref kept blowing penalties, yardage penalties. I'm just like, just let them bring it out, both teams. Let them play. There was 2 real weird injuries, which I was a little sus on the Bulldogs on. They stayed down for a really long time. And then we're fine. Bit of gamesmanship there maybe. Because they play so fast. They obviously you fatigue quickly when you do that, and they're a smaller team. And they have fallen away at games. They struggle to get meters at the end of games because they're gassed from all how good their defense and line speed is. Yeah, I'm a little sus on it. It was like they both look like they've been shot. Like went down with floppy arms, and Kickout went down with his knee. Looked like he'd been shot. Good 5-6 minutes in play, and then they were absolutely flying. I was like, that's a bit sus. But anyway, just put my tinfoil hat on there. But yeah, look, it was 3 tries apiece. Burton's boot unfortunately let them down. Someone said that, Burton needs to be fired from goal kicking. Look, Burton's boot is literally the reason you're coming 5th right now. Probably should have lost their last 2 games, the Doggies. And if you took those 2 games off them, so let's have a look at the ladder. Like, Burton won those games with his boot, not take those, so say they're on 20 points. So pretty much if Burton, just in the last month, if Burton, you lost those games because Burton didn't kick those field goals and goals, you'd be sitting about here. So we'll let Burton pass this one. I don't think it was Burton's fault. Burton dead set carried the Bulldogs the last two games. So, look, to me, the Bulldogs, they are a smaller team. They do get run. They have to put so much effort into their defense, and their defense is so good. But they do fall away a little bit at the end and struggle to make meters. And like I said, Burton's long kicking game, dead set, was... So they were making 29 meters a set. I can't remember what the 2 games were the weeks before, but... And then Burton would just boot the ball from like the 30-metre line and drop it on their 10. It's just... he's so good, man. He's so good. It's absolutely crazy. Carraz, bit of a dodgy start, but then came good. Crichton's defence was crazy. Burton was good. All Bulldogs tries were from kicks, which is a bit concerning. And don't quote me, but I think most of them were the last 2 weeks as well. A bit concerning. You don't have to be relying on putting the ball up on the 5th to get tries. It's not like they're running really slick plays and sort of getting tries and stuff like that. So a little bit concerning. You know, you definitely want to be getting all your points from, because it's that will dry up when you play top teams. But yeah, look, I thought Sexton was real good. Crichton was good. Like, a lot of Curran was great, but again, he did so much work, and then just that error. You know, that error right at the end there, just exhausted. And then Reid Marnie obviously missed the tackle. Reid Marnie sucks, bro. Missed the tackle that let Dearden through, which sort of won the Cowboys the game. No, I'm just someone actually goes to me, why do you hate Reid Marnie so much? I'm like, I don't. I'm just joking, man. I just like picking on him because he picks on other people, and he's little and he can't get away. Reid Marnie attacks people on the field that can't hit him back. So I'm going to attack him because he can't get me back because I'm behind a computer screen. I'm just doing what he does, lads. Being a keyboard warrior. No, I'd bash him in real life too, but it's not the point. Look, in all seriousness, Reid Marnie is absolutely firing lasers off the ground. His service out of dummy half is so good. It's actually ridiculous. Thought Sam Hughes was good. Viliama Kikau was great. Preston good. Kurt Mann's great. Just being real, I mean, I know Reid Marnie can play, but he does miss tackles, and like he got brushed pretty easily by Dearden. I wouldn't mind giving Reid Marnie a rest. I know just because you can play 80 doesn't mean you have to. Kurt Mann's a good dummy half. He can throw the ball off the deck for 25 minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing him just giving Reid Marnie a break, or Hayward, whoever you want to do. Big Harry Hayes is... Oh, that was Harry Hayes. That's who that lad was talking about. The thick neck. Oh, that all comes together now. One of the bros on TikTok was like, your bro Harry Hayes is playing the thick neck. And I was like, what the hell's bro talking about? And then I was sort of like, I swear that name sounds familiar. But yeah, bro, Harry Hayes, the thick neck's on. If you're watching, bro, I get you now. But look, I just really enjoyed this game. Doggies are gonna... Let's have a look at the Doggies run home. Will they play finals this year? They're coming, what, 5th? 6th. So drop to 6th. 4 against is healthy. It's not incredible, but it's healthy. Doggies have... So they're out of buys. They've got the Broncos at Suncorp. That's going to be tough. They've got the Raiders. Could win that, should win that. But Fogarty back. You wish you played the Raiders 4 weeks ago. Then they have the Dragons, which is going to be tough. They're going to be giving it everything. Dolphins in Bundaberg, though. Again, another tough one. Warriors in New Zealand. Tough. Seagulls, that's... Ooh. Doggies run home isn't ridiculous, but it's definitely not easy either. And how many wins did we say you needed again? 13. How many do they have? 9. So they're going to need to win 4. They need to win 4 of these. So let's say they drop that one, win that one, win that one, lose that one. Win that one, lose that one. Then they've got to play the Cows again. It's going to be tight. It's just going to be tight to make the 8. They should do it, though. 4 wins from how many games? 4 wins from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got to go 4 from 7. Very doable. Very doable. And what are the Cows got to do? Just quietly, let's have a look at the Cows. Cows are on the same amount of wins, I believe. And they play... Oh, that could be for a final spot. That final game. They play the Doggies final week. That could be for a final spot. So Cows have the Sharkies this weekend. Sharkies coming off a bye. At home, though. That's good. They have Tigers, winnable. Cows at home, though. Winnable, but tough. Cowboys versus Raiders again. At home. You know, very winnable. Then a bye. That'll help. Then they have Storm, which is going to be tough. And then they have the Bulldogs in Canterbury, which is going to be tough. So they're going to need to win 4 as well. So 1, they can win that, but maybe they can win that, they can win that, they can win that. Probably lose that. It's going to be tight, man. This is going to be tight, bros. She's going to be tight. Oh, man. I'm absolutely going to wait for the rest of this year. This year is going to be nuts. All right, let's have a look at some of these team stats here, guys. I'm interested to see what the Doggies, not the Doggies, just the team and individual player stats were here. Cows got to complete better, man. 75%. 80% from the Doggies. Doggies, like, all those dumb, silly errors they were sort of doing in first halves coming out of yardage have sort of cleared up, which has been good. Both teams ran for 1,400 and 1,500 metres respectively. 484 post-contact. Really good post-contact for the Bulldogs. I reckon about 98 of these were Carrazes. Bro just doesn't go down. 4 line breaks to 2. So only 2 line breaks for the Doggies. Sort of what I meant. There's struggling to break the line a little bit lately. At the start of the year, it wasn't their problem. 35 tackle breaks to 25. I think 20 of those were Carrazes. Average set distance, quite low for both teams, 38 and 37. Play the ball speed slow for both teams. So 25 missed tackles and Bulldogs 35. They tightened that up a little bit. The Doggies have been making a lot of missed tackles. Not too bad, but Cowboys just a bit better. Just a bit better. 13 errors to 8. Penalties conceded 9 to 6. Ruck infringements 3 to 2. Yeah, let's have a look at some player stats here, eh? I thought Scott Drinkwater looked nice. Looked real nice. 109 metres, 22 post-contact, 6 tackle breaks. Kyle Felt. A couple bad errors, but I need some more metres from you, Felty. Not good enough, lad. Outside backs really have to chip in and help these forwards, man. That's just not enough. There's what, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, there's like 300 metres between them and like Val Holmes. What did he get? He gave us 129. So you're like 400 metres from your back. From 500 metres roughly for your back 5. Granville didn't play. Thought McLean was solid. I thought Jason Tamalolo's second set. Lukey was nice. McIntyre's been a revelation. He's been incredible. I thought Neem took some real nice tough carries as well. And Dearden's just he's always hated him, eh? Not hated him. I've got to stop saying that. Like, I hate him. Don't hate him at all. I just thought he was just... Because I live in Queensland, obviously they they jerk off the players up here a bit and they sort of say they're a bit better than they are sometimes. And I just thought he was one of those guys, everyone's like... I'm like, if he was from New South Wales and played for a New South Wales team, no one would even talk about this kid. And, like, obviously I knew he was a bit better than that, obviously, but... He's been so dead. Like, he's... Like, Townsend is so arse crack. Like, he is cheeks. And I'll tell you what, thank God for Dearden. He's absolutely carrying the halves at the moment. Like, I don't know how many penalties Chad Townsend gave in this game, but I'm pretty sure it was more than 4, eh? He's awful, bro. They've got to get Clifford in ASAP. I don't know. Like, Chad Townsend clearly only cares about his podcast right now. Bro, do you know what? Honestly, if you're a club, the second your players start doing a podcast, you need to flick them. because they're clearly thinking about life after footy and not footy. Oh, shit, I've stepped on something. Yeah, it's Chad Townsend's clearly thinking about life after footy and not... He's, obviously going to Sydney. Why? You know, that's where all the action is with the podcasting and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think Chad's got to go. I really do. I don't think his head's in it. He doesn't look good at all. Yeah, here we go. Chad Townsend, 4 penalties. Oh, what the hell are you doing, bro? You gave double the amount than the rest of the team. Like, come on, bro. That's trash. Absolute trash. So let's see if he missed many tackles. It seemed like he missed a lot of tackles. He only missed 2. Not too bad. But yeah, I don't see Cowboys going too deep in the finals with Chad there. I said last year, so in 2022 when they made the semi, lost to Parramatta in the semi, I think, Chad was playing real good footy. And I said if Cows want to be as good, I said everyone had to play as good as they did last year. And Chad was not at the level he was in 2022. And this year, I think he's declined even further. So, yeah, like, you need your number 7 playing real good footy. And he's just given penalties. And his kicking game's not good enough to make up for it. You know, it's not like... They look good, and they look good enough to play finals. Like this team, like Reece Robson, Nanai, Cotter, Val, Din, like Neem, you know, Drinky. Like this team's good. It's. I think even if Townsend doesn't play his best footy, they can play finals, maybe make second round or something. But I don't see him winning a semi-final and getting into a grand final with Townsend there. He's just not playing good enough footy. Din can't do it all. You know, so let's have a look at some of these doggies. See what they did. All right, I thought Connor Tracy was solid. Anyone jumping out here? Bronson Sherry, not crazy. Matt Burton I thought was elite. 142 metres, 28 post contact, 1 line break, 1 try assist, 4 tackle breaks. I didn't mind Sam Hughes in this game. Curran, 205 metres, 73. So that's that error. Like, he doesn't make that error if he's had to do all that work. Because there's not many other people chipped in. Not many other people chipped in the meters department. Wow. If you told me last year that Curran's going to be playing in the front row at the Bulldogs and running for 200 metres in a game, I would have laughed in your face. Absolutely laughed in your face. Viliami kick out, 8 missed tackles. Reid Marnie 3 and 3. Why is the tackle efficiency not there? Oops. Oh, there we go. Yeah, if you really don't want to be under 90, eh? Yeah, Sexton. 4 missed tackles, 1 ineffective. It's just a few too many, eh? Sam Hughes, that's great. 1 and 1. Reid Marnie, 3 and 3, 87%. Preston's solid as 36, 1 miss. That's incredible. Yeah, I'm just always really interested with the doggies missed tackles because they make so many, but they don't leak many points. Really wild to me. It's bizarre. It just doesn't make sense. The scramble defense is so good, I guess. Connor Tracy. But yeah, I wonder what their tackle percentage is as a team for the year. It'd have to be one of the lowest, right? It really would. Because even the Tigers, like, sometimes they have, like... Sometimes the Tigers have, like, 15 missed tackles in the game. But, yeah, it's an odd one. But anyway, there you go. There you have it, lads. We're finished. We're done. It's over. All over Red Rover. All right, lads. So, let's have a little look-see at next weekend. We've got to change this to all teams. We've got to make this round 21. Wars, Tigers. Wars have to win this. And win well. What's their for and against look like? Minus 34. So, yeah, they need a big win. You need your for and against in the positive to play finals, unless you're Canberra. Parramatta versus Storm. I'd almost rest some players if I was a Storm in this one. Broncos versus the Doggies. Huge game for both teams. Huge game for both teams. Absolutely massive. You know, doggy, you don't want to be coming into, you know, round 20 on and dropping 2 in a row, you know. It's all right to drop games, but not 2 in a row. All of a sudden it gets scary. Cowboys Sharks, another huge game. Roosters Seagulls, these round is going to... Dragons Panthers, even that's a good game. Dolphins Titans, me. Raiders Rabbitohs. Pretty good if you're a Raiders or a Rabbitohs fan. If you're not, bit meh. Knights with a bye, a much needed bye. Cracker. All right, lads, you know what it means. If you made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.